Hello and welcome to another episode of Lone Gamers of the Apocalypse. On Lone Gamers, we play through indie and small publisher RPGs, and tonight we're playing Henshin, a Sentai RPG from Cave of Monsters Games. Tonight I'm joined by some of my favorite RPG gamers who will introduce themselves, starting with Andrew.
Ooh, I get to go first?
Yep, you're in my top left corner. You get to go first.
Oh, it's just like at school, go in alphabetical order.
And you can introduce your character, who you're playing as well.
Okay. So I'm Andrew, host and creator of the Dicey Cantina podcast. You'll be able to find some new episodes soon when this starts going up, hopefully. Fingers crossed, I don't know. Tonight I'm playing Rowan, who is the Garnet Gopher Ranger.
Great.
Yeah.
Up next, Erica.
Hey guys, I'm Erica Goodwitch, everyone's favorite actual play mercenary. And you can find me on Nightcast Projects on the Dicey Cantina, and you'll soon find me on the Hiding Way as well. For something a little bit older, you can also find me on Dicer Brains and Not Another Tavern. And tonight I will be playing Bree Kowalski, the Obsidian Bat Ranger.
Excellent. Seppy, you're next.
Hey, I'm Seppy, Chief Game Designer for Fight in a Box and Mark's Constant Foil. And I'm very excited today to play Clover Douglas, the Emerald Squirrel Ranger.
Excellent. Dwayne?
Yeah, hello. I'm Dwayne Feenstra. I'm the GM for Flight Risk. I'm also the writer, showrunner for Tubular Teens with Titans, a Power Rangers-inspired audio drama. I'm playing Braxton Lawrence Ulysses. His friends call him Blue. He is the Sapphire Platypus Ranger.
And Sarah.
I'm Sarah Joy, or SJ. I am on a lot of things. Oh my God, now I'm nervous. I'm less. I am, you can find me currently on Tubular Teens with Titans, and I have been on The Other Place as well as Coruscant Nights. You can also find me monthly on my video talk show, Behind the Mask, where we talk to awesome folks like this from the Coruscant Nights and Nightcast Creative Discord server. I am the Citron Capybara, the Yellow
Excellent.
Ranger.
Excellent. And I'm Mark, creator of Coruscant Nights and the Other Place, creative director for Fight in a Box, and narrator for tonight's game of Henshin. Our camera pans across fields. We see the bright autumn colors of the trees changing. The green grass of the soccer field filled with kids after school. On the field, we see team captain. Are you the team captain, Andrew?
I'm not the team captain.
Okay.
Rowan
So who do we
wants to
see?
be the team captain. His arch nemesis, Billy, is the team
Benji?
captain. Benji.
So who do we see as the camera pans over the soccer fields? What does Rowan look like?
Rowan is a young man, athletic build, and he's probably just finished soccer practice, so he's in his gear, his cleats and shin guards and all of that. But his defining feature is, he's just got a very pretty face and some bright red hair.
All right, and he is running with the ball. The soccer team is split in half, and you are in the middle of practice right now. You see Benji leading up the rival team, and a group of players runs towards Rowan.
Oh. Well, not one to shy away from any kind of danger. Rowan takes the ball and charges headlong into the group to try and juke his way past everyone. He's going to score a goal.
Sounds like you just used your light turn.
Yeah.
All
Gonna
right,
head into danger without my squad.
You get a token.
Yeah. I got 1 token.
Are any of our other colors on the soccer team? No. No. Okay. Tell us about you scoring the goal.
Oh, it's almost clinical, the way that Rowan moves left and then right and then does a little spin to move around another defender, and then right as he gets to the top of the box, he lets fly a shot up to the upper right corner of the goal, and it goes in, and he and just jogs back to the midfield.
The camera follows Rowan as he jogs back towards the midfield and keeps going as he meets back up with the team and moves into the school parking lot, where we see somebody riding on their skateboard doing tricks. Can you tell us what Bree looks like?
Bree is she's a teenager, obviously. She's slightly tanned and heavily freckled, so you just know when you get close to her that she's going to smell slightly of sunscreen, but she spends a lot of time outside anyways. She's got an eager face and bright blue eyes, and I think one of the things that you're going to notice most about Bree, I guess after the freckles, because very heavily freckled, is her platinum white hair, her platinum blonde hair. And then her clothes, which are very trendy and yet still like a little like loose and comfortable. She wears like black skinny jeans and this purple tank top under this black top that's like loose off the shoulders and cropped, and it's got this like really cool looking design of a bat across it, where you think it was probably like some sort of like punk rock band cover art, but who knows, because the band name was cut out of the shirt. And her Converse as well, obviously, but also you can see the personalized touches. Her shirt looks like she probably cut it herself. She's got a lot of doodles on the rubber parts of her shoes from Black Sharpie, and like some embroidery that she probably did herself because it's kind of clumsy and amateur on her jeans and her beanie. And she's probably just wiped out.
Yeah, I think actually a car comes around the corner and maybe she has a close encounter. You want to tell me what happens?
Is it Penny? It's probably Penny. Of course it'd be Penny at a time like this.
It might be Penny.
Yeah. I'm going to pretend I know anything about skateboards for a second. Bree was trying to do some sort of trick off of the curb when a car comes around the corner, and she makes eye contact with whoever's in the passenger seat and sees that it's the girl she's had a crush on since the 6th grade. And suddenly her focus is not where it needs to be, and she trips and falls. Of course.
Does that sound like you may have failed to react and overexerted yourself?
Oh, maybe.
If so, you get a token. Our camera pans over the wiped out Bree towards Alex. Where do we find Alex?
So Alex is in the drama kids hallway, but Alex is not a drama kid. They're there because their best friend James got in the High School Musical. So they are a spunky teenager who looks completely and utterly average, to include their glasses, except for their blue and purple hair. And their very bright yellow t-shirt, because we're going to be 100% cliche with this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think James comes up to you. He just got into the play and found out that
The musical.
the musical, right? The person directing the musical, one of the teachers, has asked the students to go around and try and find people to do stagehand stuff. And I think he says, "Hey, Alex, you're not doing anything, are you?"
Well, I mean, that was like kind of a statement, but yeah, okay.
Mr. Larson, who's directing the musical, well, he asked us to go around and see if we could find anybody who might want to do some stagehand stuff, behind the scenes stuff. I thought you might want to do that.
I mean, like anything to support you, you know that. And like obviously the stagehands, they really drive the production. They're the heart of it. So okay. Yeah.
What other extracurriculars is Alex doing right now?
Oh my God, absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
Drawing in their notebook.
Okay.
Lots of like comic characters and like kind of observing all the other students, and like Alex knows everything that's going on.
Okay, cool. And do they agree to join the stage crew?
Yeah, I mean, because again, like
anything for
the
James.
Part of the play.
Yeah. Okay.
They're the real driving force.
Okay. As they walk down the hall towards the lockers with James, our camera continues and around a corner, and we see Clover. Will you describe Clover to us and tell us what Clover is doing?
Only the camera can really see Clover, because Clover is busy getting a bucket and writing the words "pig's blood" on it and getting ready to hook it up to the top of the stagehands. Clover often is finding themselves into trouble. He is multiracial, Asian, thin, and he has a squirrel companion with him at all times. And whether or not that squirrel moves or only moves when people don't look, it's unclear. But if there are any secrets in Power High, Clover has probably spent some time like delving underneath them and avoiding the real point of them.
Would you like to tell me how that prank goes?
Yeah. So you get them in the middle of whatever they're doing, and just at that moment, the bucket is supposed to drop down, and instead of raining pig's blood all of them, because that's so cliche, it's just glitter, which is actually worse.
Much worse.
Because they will never get rid of it. It's just green glitter forever.
Do you do it? And how does it go?
Oh, I try to do it because I can't really help myself. But what ends up happening is, as they normally do, things go horribly wrong and somebody's life is in danger that Dwayne will have to save them from.
All right. Mr. McGillicuddy is helping out with the play or the musical. There's a lot of research that needs to be done for historical accuracy, and I think that Braxton is there helping out. Does that seem right?
Oh yeah, Braxton would definitely have a stack of books in his arm, and he's a very small, very plain looking boy, has very, very, very thick glasses on, and he is dressed like an accountant. For some reason, he thinks that if I dress like an adult, people will respect me more, because he's smaller. He's not as big as everyone else. It's like, well, at least if I look important, maybe people won't pick on me as much. So he's got a button-down shirt. He's got a tie on, and he looks like a little miniature accountant, like a kid playing it for Halloween. His tie does have a very sparkling sapphire tie clip that he wears every day, regardless of his outfit. So even if it doesn't match, the sapphire tie clip is what he's always wearing. But yeah, he is struggling to carry way more books than he should because I don't know what musical they're doing. Maybe I don't know what's a good historical musical.
Oh, I think it is it's the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the musical.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so he has multiple references, different versions of the story. He's got these things to cross-reference to make sure it's as accurate as possible, to make sure it's authentic, and they don't break any copyright laws because he doesn't want the school to get sued.
And how does Clover's prank go that Braxton ends up being the center of? Or maybe not Braxton. It might be Mr. McGillicuddy.
I think that Mr. McGillicuddy goes to open the door, and we see that bucket kind of do that little wobble, and then Braxton goes, just 1 second, Mr. McGillicuddy. I think there's one more reference book in the back, and we might need it because I know we only have 6. 7's a better number. Numerologically, the 7 might be better for us. So Mr. McGillicuddy closes the door, and the bucket, instead of falling on the teacher, falls outwards and lands on whoever our Bulk and Skull characters are of Power High.
Oh, man. You know what? I did not plan those 2 characters, so you all can collaborate on who they are.
Every high school has those wannabe bullies. So that's just Braxton ruining something perfectly.
Perfect. It sounded like Braxton and Clover both use their light turns, so they both get a token. Now, in this game, when players use their light turns, they get to receive tokens. You've also got regular turns, which don't cost a token, don't get a token. And then there are heavy turns where you do something epic and you get to spend a token to do it. Additionally, there are special turns, which everybody's got a different special turn. We'll get into those in just a little bit. All right, so who are these 2 goons, these 2 bullies of the school? Anybody have any ideas?
I was going to pick on them, but now one is permanently blinded and that other has asbestos-laden glitter in their lungs. I don't want to pick on them anymore. They really paid their bully. They paid their bully dues at this point.
One of them's going to be seeing green for a week, and the other one's going to be coughing glitter.
Oh,
yeah.
See, now their hatred is justified towards us. It makes sense.
Right.
I think
it's really like a jealousy. They want to get in with the cool kids, but they're not quite there yet. And they've maybe been held back a couple times.
Just so you know, one of the constants in every universe is that I can never be cool. Like, if there's a singularity, if there's one instance across all universes, it's that I could never be cool.
Is that because you're so cool in this universe, Seppy?
Your lies make me love you that much more, Sarah. But absolutely, there's nothing. Yes. Because I get beatings regularly at home, Clover knows when to skedaddle. So he is out of there. And it's fine.
As you skedaddle, you head to the place that the 5 of you meet up every day or every other day. The sort of safe, mundane place where you can relax after school, organize your binders, get up prepared to do your homework, and chill out before you have to go home.
And brush my squirrel.
And brush your squirrel. What is that place?
It's a big tree.
It's a big
Tree
tree
behind the gym.
The big tree behind
the gym. Absolutely.
That's your hangout spot. All right. It's not like an arcade. It's not like the diner. It's a big tree.
Too bad. It's a big tree.
Okay.
All right, then.
It is in close proximity to like a convenience store or something. Bree is already there.
Yeah.
And she's got all the snacks.
It's
But
not an actual tree,
after wiping
though.
out.
It's a building shaped like a tree.
We
Like,
just call it the
that's what
tree.
Clover
We call
thinks.
it the tree. It's actually a
pizzeria
water tower.
with
It's a water
shaped
tower
like a
that they
giant
used to
tree.
use. Yeah. It used to be where the water for the school used to come down as the person who hauls all the sewer pipes everywhere. Then yes, I understand. This is how the Power High got its water.
So it's the old abandoned
Water tower.
that everyone calls the tree that's actually across the street from a convenience store and behind the gym.
Yes.
Correct.
It has a big rusty colored tree painted on it with
Perfect.
Mechanicsville howlers under it. Nobody knows
And
what
it's
the
covered in
howlers
vines.
actually are. Yeah.
I've repainted it to the outside, so it says "Only nuts here." Can I go back to brushing my squirrel?
All right.
Bree has a hammock strung from two of the support beams, and that is where she is with some snacks.
Soccer practice ends, as does the practice for the musical, and everybody meets up under the tree. What do the five of you do? You're very different people. What is it that brings you all together?
Is it
Good
Clover?
heart.
Oh, good heart. That's better.
Have we all lived in this town for a long time?
I think so. This is one of those little towns that people don't move to. People just leave.
We've kind of just been friends since kindergarten then.
Yeah.
It's true. And we were all very tight up into middle school. And then that boating accident happened, and we all became very different people.
It was very traumatic. Very traumatic. Alex has tried to talk to everybody about it multiple times, but nobody's quite ready to share their feelings.
Bottle those
remind
emotions.
Alex-
Deal with them later.
I remind Alex, I died once during that. I don't need you to kill me again.
Oh, Clover, you're the best.
I go back.
Alex
to
knows
brushing
it's
my
good for
squirrel.
everybody to do that, but we'll get there eventually.
So as the five of you meet up, you talk about the day. You talk about the musical, the big soccer game coming up against the Millersburg Smelters. You basically do your normal afternoon stuff, and as our camera pans up from the five of you meeting up to the top of the water tower, up further and further into the sky, I think it cuts to our big bad guy. And we see this woman wearing rusty armor. She's you want to describe her hideout for us? Anybody?
Obviously, she's in the water tower.
I don't think she's in the water tower.
It's a junkyard. It's the old junkyard with all the rusty cars falling apart, but all the cars are like that. What is it? Car henge?
Yeah, but they're not cars. They're spaceships.
100%.
I think the sky is all stars and fiery nebulas.
Yeah. The
And
junkyard on the dark side of the moon.
that's exactly what it is.
You enter the junkyard and you take too many left turns and you find yourself in a very different environment that looks like the junkyard, but definitely is not.
Yeah, there's a portal to the moon in the junkyard that
Yes.
none of you know about.
That's right.
I know about it.
You don't know
I
about
think
it.
you know that. You're
I
still
know
know
secrets.
about it.
All right, clearly stated. I know all the secrets.
Clover knows about it, but no one believes Clover because he says too many outlandish things.
Sure.
Because the squirrel told Clover about the portal.
Is that your squirrel? Okay. We see Rust in her rusty armor, her staff, their jagged staff, and she's pointing towards a tiny projection of the town that you all live in, Mechanicsville. And she says to her general, now is our chance. With these fools distracted by their little musical, we can finally get the powers of the gems and rule this world. And the general says, yes, mistress. What does the general look like?
Got a rusty bucket on his head.
I think his name is Decay.
Decay.
That gives me like a kind of like skeletal Frankenstein-y monster, kind of hodgepodge flesh and metal put together, kind of as he walks, bits of flesh or bits like screws will fall out as he moves around because he's just constantly falling to pieces. And there's some probably little lackey whose job is to pick up the screws and put them back on.
The fleshy bits look like that melted, hardened goop that some villains have.
Right. He says, I will send forth the decrepidudes to take care of things. And Rust says, yes, send the decrepidudes, but also send the new monster, Rot. He needs a chance to play.